handful of presenters, a mass of microphones, and a whole load of talk. This is TigerTails Radio.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to another exciting episode. Excuse me, my headphone cable is caught in all of the things.
Yeah, I only have one ear, TK.
Yeah, we can only hear in one ear already.
You can only hear in one ear?
Yep.
How about now?
No.
Oh, wait.
No,
Guys. No, it's the other ear.
no, it's not for me. Nothing's changed.
Wiggle your cables, because...
No, I've wiggled all our cables. Nothing.
I
wiggled.
watched him.
Well, I'm fine. I don't know
Oh
what's
god,
causing
we're
your
watching the
problems.
delayed stream. Why did I not switch over to the other window? Ah, what did you just...
How about
Oh, better.
I still can't hit. Wait. No, I still can't hit.
Professionalism!
that? Check your headphone adapter, try a different socket.
Am I allowed to take it out?
Difficult on TK, that's okay.
Probably not, try it anyway, fuck it. What's the worst that can happen?
No.
Everything blows up, that's all.
No, it's still not coming in my right ear.
No right here for me. No right here for me. Wait, no,
Yeah.
that's my left. And no right here for me.
I sort of heard
Try
something.
the link down by the door here.
Oh wait, if I got it half plugged in.
Oh, you're a...
Yeah,
Yeah, he had it half plugged in because he's a
He
freaking...
had it. You're the one who whipped it about.
Is everything working now?
Yeah.
Are
Yes.
we allowed to... Hang on. Shut up.
A handful of presenters, a mass of microphones, and a whole load of talk. This is TigerTails Radio.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to another exciting episode of TigerTails Radio, where nothing is going wrong honest. I'm your host, TK, and if you're watching on YouTube, you can see in the studio that there is also a Angel Duck Song,
Hello.
and a Felis.
Hello.
And you never know, they might even be sitting in the right spot so their names align. You never know.
Yeah.
Almost.
I am.
Not quite. It's not centered.
Well, we've sort of got my positioning right now.
You've moved, so yeah.
Now that we're not using the tripod, actually.
Yeah, now that the webcam has moved slightly.
And it's further away, so I'm just in this wonderful corona of light over here.
Yeah, you might want to close the curtain.
But I like being all halo-y and...
Well, yeah, I suppose we can't see you at least.
A bonus for everyone. I do have a face made for radio, you know.
I'm saying nothing.
Oh, come on, I gave you a straight line.
I'll only get myself in trouble.
How?
That's the first straight line he said in ages.
Oh my. And in channel we have DJ.
Hi, DJ.
Hello.
And Alex is hiding behind his mic with a hat.
I can't help it. I have to have this mic.
No.
in front of my face.
This is his mic with a hat.
Oh, don't even go. He's going there, isn't he? You're forgetting I'm watching a delayed 30-second stream.
Yeah, so are we right now, because I've got to change windows. I might...
A gentleman's hat.
Genius.
Why is your front brim snapped up? That's weird to me.
Because you wear some little girl's trilby.
He finally admits it's trilby.
Yeah, because now I actually got the door.
We are making some progress, yeah?
Yeah. Progress in the right direction. You'll never know. One day he will be all grown up and become a real boy.
I prefer being wooden.
Like
Oh,
Keanu Reeves.
Mm-hmm.
Like a puppet
Whoa.
on a string.
Sorry, I'm just
Very
enjoying the
medieval.
music.
There's something on very medieval, hasn't it?
Can I ask,
Yeah.
aren't we missing someone?
Oh,
Nope, not at all.
You mean Mr. Xavier?
Yeah.
Mr. Xavier is working late tonight and therefore will be absent. He may pop along a bit later on, though. So I'm afraid, Mr. Alex, your bullying of Mr. Xavier will have to wait until next week.
Oh, I'll go take his lunch money.
Drats.
When
It's the least bullying voice I've ever done.
he will be here in the studio as we celebrate our birthday.
What, next week?
Because that's like next week and shit.
Huh?
You know, you still have to decide on a barbecue datey thing.
Yeah. We had a plan for the barbecue, then the website died, so that plan had to be put on hold. But in the meantime, I found a place that'll do exotic meats, so...
I need an adult.
Oh, yeah. I mean, for instance, some of the meats I found available on this site include alpaca, bison,
Alpaca? I
Yeah.
barely know her.
horse, kangaroo, llama,
Kangaroo's not that tasty, trust me.
reindeer, which I want to try,
Reindeer.
springbok, zebra.
Yes, we'll finally be avenging Grandpa.
Oh.
Haha. There's like things that look interesting to me include horse.
Well, you've had an
definitely
Asda ready meal, right?
Oh ho!
Oh,
No,
how
sure.
topical are we? A Christmas joke and a news story from last year.
Yeah. It's like you're watching the repeat of this on Dave.
Come back in 4 hours for the same puns.
How true
Hey,
that is.
Alzheimer's that ends well.
I'm saying nothing. It's probably for the best.
I can't actually close this curtain because somebody's left a Ben and Jerry's tub on the radiator.
Yeah, Alex.
What?
Mr. Ben and Jerry's addict.
What about it?
Never mind.
The shoe just caught up to TK laughing, throwing his head back.
Haha.
It's like a very badly synced dub.
Of everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like watching fucking Speed Racer all over again.
Oh, Noz, I am out of the cola.
Haha, haha, I have stolen all of the cola because I am evil. Haha, haha,
Well, how about fuck you?
haha, haha.
You can take all of the fuck yous and you can save them up into a big bag of fuck you, which you can then distribute against your
But my
will.
bag is filled with dicks, so.
Well, now the dicks can get fucked. Happy times for everyone. But yes, this is season 8, episode 17.
Excuse me.
Shit. Hang on.
You just get the numbers
Talk
wrong.
amongst yourself.
I can't. He's. Alex is doing his. Hello?
I said talk amongst yourself. Sit there and look at it on a
So,
fucking tablet.
apparently the first ever Tumblr convention was an utter disaster.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Who would have thunk it, right?
Yeah.
What are you doing, TK? What have you fucked up? Oh, you didn't get the date right, did you?
Yes, yes, yes.
This is season 8, episode 17.
Tumblr. Tumblr. Is that what DashCon is?
Yes. You
Yeah,
just
well-
read the first paragraph.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was an insult. But it's a complete disaster. Especially, I've seen on Twitter all over that DashCon has just been like, okay, one of the things they've got here. They claimed on the first night that they needed to raise an additional $17,000.
I was like, there, but for the lack of Starbucks go I.
Shut up. $17,000 by 10 p.m. in order to continue on with the weekend. Are you?
Don't worry, listeners. If you're watching the stream, you'll get why we're laughing.
As the hotel
40
was
seconds or
charging them
so.
last-minute unexpected fees, and they claimed that everybody would be kicked out if they didn't pay up.
You pay! You're paying out!
Many people suspected it as a scam. Management claimed that no such thing happened. There's no confirmation of if it went to the hotel or the pocket of the organisers. And okay, the post previously saying were confirmed to be a parody site that claimed DashCon's raise is going towards 20,000. Okay. Nobody knows where the 17 grand has
Went.
gone. Yeah.
It's disappeared into the ether.
Wow, this is terrible. Include the main guests of honor. Welcome to the Night Vale. Cancelling their appearance. They're a band by the looks of it, I guess. I don't know. Cancelling their appearance because the organizers of the convention failed to pay them. Guests reserved. I can't speak to that. Reserved seating for the event were offered a free raffle ticket and an extra hour in the bullpit.
Oh wow.
The bullpit is well. How would you describe that bullpit?
Deflated?
Oh, wow. It is the most sad 14-pound Tesco paddling pool you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and it's just all alone in the middle of a gymnasium that just makes it look even tinier.
Other guests were not paid. Several withdrew. And because of this, everybody's pissed off because guests weren't paid, but they spent like 17 grand. And then where's this gone?
Yeah, where has the money gone? It's gone into supporting feminism. Haha. So DashCon was a TumblrCon. Oh,
That was terrible.
I'm not really surprised it failed then if it's a TumblrCon.
And what I saw was what they were offering compensation for people online were we're terribly sorry about like everything, but all we can offer you is hotel mints and a $5 off next year.
Really? There's going to be a next year? After this year? They seriously think people would put up with that shit for next year? I don't think that's gonna be a thing.
As one Tumblr user put it, what's funny is that this is the first time I've ever felt this united with the entirety of Tumblr. For once, finally, we all agree on something. That DashCon sucks ass.
Gay men.
Was that gay men?
No, they were seen dead on Tumblr.
Still, that is actually hilarious.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Apparently,
wow.
my Apple ID is temporarily locked.
Your what?
My Apple ID.
Oh,
You know, that's news to me.
Your
hey.
what?
I didn't know I had an Apple ID. In fact, considering I wouldn't touch Apple with a barge pole even if you paid me.
But they just need your details to unlock it again, right?
Yeah, totally.
Sounds legit.
Yeah, utterly. All I've got to do is click this not suspicious at all link here that says validate my Apple/iCloud account details.
I think this is the most casually dressed I've been on the show in...
Years?
Yes! Years! About 2 years, I think, out of the...
Out of the many. Whereas Alex is looking a little bit kind of almost gangstery.
God, we actually come up on nearly... What, we come up on nearly 4 years that I've been a regular now?
Oh, Christ. Time flies.
Fucking hell.
Then it worries me that this is the last show we'll do before we hit 10 years old. This is our last show of being 9.
And I've been around on and off for, what, half that time?
Yeah, about that.
About 5 or 6 years. When was you doing open mic news? In your bedroom?
Ooh, that was in between season 1 and 2, actually.
Wow, that was ages ago.
When they announced the Harry Potter theme park?
Yeah, I remember that. To the Google.
Because I'd been sort of showing up for about a year at that point.
Harry Potter theme park. Let's see.
Searching.
Was that the Harry Potter movie?
Wait,
Magic
open mic
Experience?
news 12.
When was that? Does it give a date?
No, it's number 12.
Yeah, but does it give a date?
No.
Oh, shit.
I just remember OMN 12. The OMN colon 12.
Well, there was the Warner Brothers Movie World. That was a standalone attraction, but that was back in 2001, so it wouldn't have been...
No, it wouldn't have been that long ago.
No, because the show started in 2004, so... that's just at theme parks. Actually, show me... January 2007? That sounds about right.
Wait, 2007?
Yeah. That actually sounds about right.
I've been stuck with you guys for more like 2/3 instead of a half.
So it would seem.
I have wasted my youth with you people. I have
just
none
begun.
left.
The end of my youth was seen with you. How do you think we fit? This is why we're all old, and bitter, and jaded. It's because we've had to baby you youngsters all this time. Obviously.
Hey, at least I leave tips.
That's true.
Insert 330 at Kempton joke here. Is that joke even still relevant?
I don't know. I don't know if the Kempton one's still running. I expect it would be, but then it's always on Channel 4. Nobody even watches Channel 4 anymore.
I used to, because they used to play all the nice classic movies.
And they used to do manga every now and again.
Did they?
Yeah. I'm old enough to remember when Channel 4 had a whole manga season. And
I remember
they
when Sci-Fi Channel was called the Sci-Fi Channel. And they showed manga every Thursday night from 11 o'clock until about 4 in the morning.
I remember when MTV was all about the music videos.
And Dario.
Shit, I'm old. I remember when The Simpsons were new.
With their strangely shaky line art.
Yeah. And
I remember that original episode.
weird ass kind of
I
animation.
just assumed that they were all on way too much coffee / amphetamines.
Probably more column B than column A, I'd say. Either that or the Koreans just hadn't quite got animation down yet. It's just me, is there a buzz?
There's a slight buzz. Also, there's this noise in the headphones.
I can hear it. It's a low buzzing. Low.
Ah!
Remind me not to tweak that cable again.
TK, do not tweak that cable again!
Hello?
Ever.
Mama? Mama?
Grandma?
I could just hear him messing around with things in the background. No. I just can't get comfortable today.
I'm just trying to tweak all of the things. Don't mind me. I'm pressing buttons.
Anyway, Fearless, how's your week been?
Oh, yeah, let's do
I've barely been at home during the week because I finally
that. Found sex.
shouted at people playing music.
Yes.
What was having sex?
No.
Oh.
Actually, my sister was over, so no sex at all.
Wait, what?
We're not that kind of South.
wait a second.
My sister was over.
What?
Was that going in or out?
Both.
What? I just said that we're not that kind of South.
It's really hard to try and do a spit take unintentionally
After the fact, yeah.
in a cup without, like, trying
It's
to
a
spray
shame
all over
because
the
usually
mic.
I've got the perfect timing for spit takes. Ask TK.
Ask Celine.
Oh!
I'm gonna get so beaten
I'm
up.
so sleeping on the sofa.
You two are so dead.
Yeah.
This is the joy of living in a man cave. Women visit, they don't stay long.
It's actually more or less right. Actually, no. We both usually have girlfriends around, most of the week?
Yeah.
I'm talking about here.
Oh, here.
I'm safe from vengeance here.
My friend's jokes that my girlfriend's moved in. I know she hasn't, but
She's rearranged your anime Go dolls.
Really? She's moved in.
I mean, action figures.
she stays in less than Celine does, though, at the very least.
Actually, Celine has her own drawer.
Yeah, Celine's moved in.
Jane takes up all three of mine. Randomly stuff put in there. Which is even worse.
I don't even have drawers. Haha!
Yeah, he's currently going commando.
I have tubs.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da, penis.
Penis.
Don't pick that noise afterwards, Alex. It's not helping us.
How about...
You're not helping either.
I wasn't here to help.
So I actually spent half the week at Celine's place without a laptop
Oh no.
because I started going. My rucksacks are destroyed. It's going to cost me 50 quid for a new one.
Why are your rucksacks destroyed?
Well, one of them I've had since I was 15, and it's frequently taken the load of 3 kilogram plus laptops over the course of its life.
Yeah, it's like...
So finally, the corners of the bottom of the bag have started splitting at the seam.
Mm-hmm.
It can't take the weight of that anymore. The other cheap-ass bag I bought, the zips stopped working, and then the whole thing just ripped from the front.
Oh.
But what did I really expect for a quick 7 quid replacement?
Yeah, pretty much.
Indeed.
I've had my rucksack for fucking years, I must say. It's been brilliant. Okay, the straps have broken, so I've had to kind of half repair them.
And as you saw last week, I can carry my decent 17-inch laptop bag and use it as a full overnight thing with the 3 kilogram laptop, the cooling pad, gaming paraphernalia, change of clothes, hair product, even a bit of food, but that's just destroys my shoulder when I try to carry it. I put it over one shoulder. 10 minutes later, I have to switch shoulder because the arm that the bag is on has started to go a bit numb and tingly. Don't think it should be cutting into my blood supply that much.
Not really that much, no.
Not really.
Things are wrong when they're cutting in that much.
Yeah.
You might want to go and get a new rucksack at some point.
Which is why this week I'm traveling pretty light. All I've got is my tablet, my Vita, a couple of pads, ebook reader, and charging cables for said electronics.
And a small backup generator.
And a small backup generator. Because I'm hoping the low frequency noise will fuck some people up.
Have you got a pacemaker? You have? I wouldn't stand within 10 feet of this area.
But yeah, the noise thing, I finally... I spoke to the landlord about it. And he said, right, if it's really that bad, his contract's up in about a month. Huh?
Yeah.
In about a month. And he said, at that point, I would choose not to renew. will let No Limits know. If they decide that it's that bad, they'll probably refuse to help rehome him,
Cool.
which means he'll probably have to fuck off back up to Salisbury.
Oh no, not Salisbury.
Yeah.
Oh, Salisbury. What have you got against Salisbury? What did Salisbury
Yeah,
ever do
my
to
sister
you?
was sat there going, why haven't you tried to talk to us? Said we gave him another chance.
Oh, well.
He hasn't taken that other chance.
Try talking.
Some
And if you do
people-
try talking to him, he'll try to casually slip in, I'm ex-military, don't want to try forcing me to do anything I don't want. It's like, my god, I am terrified of you, ex-soldier, black belt karate kickboxer guy.
You're ex-military, which means you should be fucking used to doing what you're told, dickhead.
It means you should,
I'm
be actually a really good person.
pretty sure he's actually a boot camp washout, is the extent of his military
It
experience.
does sound like it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Even I've worked for the army, so. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, you're ex-military, are you? What were you, soldier? Yeah, I've seen how you peasants eat. You're disgusting.
I've got some friends in the the USMC. And it's great, because my friend for years was talking about, it's, as soon as I've hit the age, I'm training up now, I'm going to join, I'm going to go through, I'm going to be a motherfucking Marine. And I sat there for all these years going, you sure you want to do that? You just sound like you love the idea of being a Marine without knowing what it entails.
Yeah, it's hard work, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he constantly sat out, Semper Fi. I was like, do you know what Semper Fi means? Yeah, ever faithful. Okay. What are you ever faithful to? And he's like, I don't care, Semper Fi. Gonna be a Marine. Last year, he finally finished his full training and everything else. Finally had some time to go back to talk to people. He said, "How the fuck did he try to talk me out of it, man?"
Oh,
Aren't they?
He actually listens occasionally.
Marines,
Hello, Dim.
Marines are hardcore, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that's some tough shit.
There's like weeks on end where he was just couldn't even talk to his girlfriend because he was that wiped. And these are ones that I said that at my urging showed up at drill with waistcoats over BDUs, called themselves the 101st Fancy Men, and promptly got disciplined for it. Apparently, it was harder than they thought to get waistcoats on base.
Really?
Yeah.
You have to smuggle him in, don't you?
Pretty much, yeah.
Smuggle in clothing, that's hilarious.
My god, that's actually an amusing tangent for once.
Yeah, that was an anecdote. Well done, you.
I know, right?
Who'd have
This,
thought?
despite being a bitch hermit, I surprisingly have a varied and storied life.
You just recite everyone else's tales.
Yeah, but I've usually got some part in them.
That's how anecdotes generally work. Someone else did a thing, and I
So,
get to tell the story.
this one
backwards.
time, my second cousin's friend at band camp.
Isn't Bandcamp a website?
Yes.
Do I not Google it?
Oh no, Google it, because those Miracle of Sound albums are on there.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah,
Yeah, but so's Rental Floss, so you can't have everything.
yeah.
Yeah, but his original album's on there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Actually, Philosophy's not too bad either.
Oh.
Is that the newest?
Bits of me may have been a hunking style of shit, but
Except for the opening song.
yeah, go figure. Even if it was a bit statistical.
And even if it wasn't really the album that we've all been waiting for.
No, it wasn't. That was a bit of a lie. You oversold that one, dude. Pardon me. So, Alex, how about your week?
It's been.
As good as that, huh?
Earlier during the week, I did nothing. During the weekdays, it was actually incredibly boring. I spent a lot of time at home.
Forever alone.
Forever alone. This weekend, I watched Evo. I came around here Friday,
Yep.
Saturday, left Saturday night. I got home. I sort of stayed awake for about an hour or so, and I passed out. I was so tired.
Oh,
So
You
tired.
were a little out of it on Skype as well.
he was a little out of it.
Of course, he only had one arm for typing. I know not why. I didn't inquire.
Us.
Wait, no, that was yesterday.
Was that yesterday?
Yeah. That was
Yeah,
because the
yeah.
other arm was behind my girlfriend. Like she was not sitting on it, but like back on it.
Yeah, okay.
You're still
Making-
digging a little bit.
Making it dead so it felt like someone else, right? Okay.
I was going to make the stranger joke when he said his arm was numb.
I
Anyway,
have biscuits.
yeah. So, but yesterday again, I just stayed in all day. My girlfriend came around. I was like, "No, I ain't leaving. Okay, You can do whatever you want as long as I can watch at least this during these times.
I take it you watched the BlazBlue finals.
Yeah, I watched BlazBlue finals. And Killer Instinct came on. I was like, if you want dinner, you better say now because I'm not going to make it at any other point. So she said yes. I went out, brought some peppers and carrots because I had no vegetables and just whacked up some
That next
chow
door
mein.
shop is actually surprisingly good for vegetables and shit.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, fed her and then went back to just sitting there going, I feel so dead inside. I don't know why. It doesn't feel like I've had a weekend. I think it's all the crap food I've been eating. I think I need to go on a proper healthy binge of some sort. Because I just feel like crap recently. I've got like neck ache constantly, headaches every so often. Feels like I should go see a doctor or something, really.
Have you actually registered with the nearby doctors? Or?
I haven't
It's
seen a
fatigued.
doctor in 6 years. And I probably should go
Oh.
see a doctor. There's a couple of things I think I need to go see a doctor for. I'm just putting it off until I actually need to go to hospital or something. Eventually. It'll go to the point where I go to the doctors and they say, well, you should have come here a couple of years earlier. We might have been able to do something about this, but now you're going to have to
Yeah.
live with this.
We might have been able to catch this tumour.
Yeah, something like that.
With a net.
To which I'll just go, meh.
Oh well.
So I constantly check for tumours everywhere, actually, because like I'm paranoid because my
Except
family.
your prostate. I doubt you check it.
Yeah,
But you can have a girlfriend to
no.
help with that.
Yeah.
No. No, because my family has a history of cancer. Like I swear, the past 4 family members have died of cancer. So, yeah, I'm one to watch out for that.
Mhm.
Other than that, nothing. It's been very boring. Oh, Lion King. We went to see the Lion King. Huh?
You did.
Yep.
That was really good. I enjoyed that. It was very good.
Yeah,
Yep, yep.
I thought for Done and Dusted we could cover Lion King and Evo.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do that.
Along with the hilarious Flash final for Evo.
How's your week been, TK?
During the week, shit. Because work's just been stupid busy.
Yeah, we did come in for a surprise pop-in visit on Thursday, and you were kind of bleary-eyed and out of it when we came over.
Yeah, that's because I've been napping on the chair. It's like having a little cat nap on the chair going, oh, I'm asleep.
And it's great because I asked for cake, and I got cake, and he gave me a bit that was basically all fondant, and it was wonderful.
It was all fun. And we still have fucking cake left.
After 2 weeks.
I know. My
Yeah.
birthday was like July the 3rd, and I've still got fucking cake. That cake was huge. There's not quite so much cake left anymore. There's only a small bit left now, but
I'm sorry, if my appetite was how it was normally, I'd have helped polish it off, like last year's TigerTails birthday cake.
yeah.
Nobody else could eat more than a slice or so of that thing. I was like,
At a
guys, I'm still hungry. I ate half that cake.
Yeah. It's a fucking huge cake. And that fondant is, oh my god, it's entirely made of sugar. Literally entirely made of sugar. It is death. It is just death by cake.
We had diabetes,
And then some. I've still got diabetes. I've got
just like Paula Dean, except we,
this is how
would
much
admit it
of,
3 years ago.
This is how many sweets I've got through. Virtually none.
You might want to turn it slightly. Oh wait, this has got even more stuff on it, hasn't it? Is that all stickers or?
Huh?
Is that all stickers?
Yes.
I can't quite see on that tiny thumbnail. Oh, there we go.
So many sweeties. Yeah, but they might fall off. That'd be stupid. So I've got to get through all of those. Slowly but surely nibbling my way through. Nom, 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 nom. But yeah, we saw the Lion King on Friday. That was good fun. Went down with Kashi and Alex there and had good Lion King times. And then on Saturday, stayed up entirely 2 days night watching Evo.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sunday, stayed up entirely 2 night waiting for the Mortal Kombat finals to start. They couldn't finish Mortal Kombat. It went on from about 2 o'clock in the morning until 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, wow,
And they
really?
didn't finish it.
They
80 people tournament, all the rounds were best of 3. First of 3, sorry.
Really? They did a best of 5?
Yeah, they did a best of 5, yeah.
That's probably why it took so long. They should have
Yeah.
just done...
And the final 4 ended up happening the next day.
TK,
Yeah.
I'm going to send you another link to a piece of news that you will find dear to your heart.
Okay. But yeah, it was good. Watched the Injustice finals, watched Ed Boon do his announcement after the Injustice finals. totally guessed which character was going to be announced before he announced it. It was good times. But yeah, poor Pete. Poor Pete needed sleep. He crashed out really early into the Mortal Kombat finals and was kind of snoring through most of them. What's this you're sending me? Oh, I think I've seen this.
Yes, because Pete also stayed around the weekend.
He did, as normal. He's not staying around for quite so much of it. Yeah, next week.
That's fine. I assume he went to roleplay?
Yep. That wasn't the session, it was more character generation and stuff.
Okay, that's fine.
And some things about the scene setting.
I was going to murder him if he actually did.
No, he was not. He's not starting until everyone's there, so
Oh, okay.
you're safe. And he's not here this week or this Sunday, so you're safe for this weekend as well.
That's fine. I'll plan something.
And then you've got 1 week, so be there. Because then Florian's off for 3 weeks. So there's no roleplay because there's nowhere to roleplay.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, really.
I chose the best time
Well,
to get back in.
if I still had a living room, I'd offer you guys that space, but
But no.
Unfortunately, I live there. In the
Yeah.
living room.
You live in the living room, dude.
yeah, it's great because for
You're like
about a year and a half, yeah, people have basically taken the sofas out of the living room so they could have room to play on their pool table. And it's like, finally, like one golden shining evening, I had a sofa back in the living room and I could just go in there and I could sit down, I could relax, I could drink a coffee, and then it's gone the next day because they're turning it into a bedroom.
So sucks to be
Yeah.
you. I see Alex is polishing his tablet on stream.
Oh, yeah, I am.
So many euphemisms.
Mm.
I know.
But, no, it would be nice. It would be really nice to actually have a living room because I just don't feel relaxed all the time. Even though I have a sofa in my room now.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah, but if
feel...
we want a game, we have to T-Rex game
I see.
if we're both on the sofa.
Sort of, yeah. If we're both on PCs. I mean, if I'm not on PC...
It's not so bad.
This
It's
is
not too
us
bad.
playing games on the PC from his sofa.
Something I'll see in 30 seconds.
To be
time.
fair, you can get away with it. Because you can do it on the arm. Whereas if I sit on the other side, then I've got to use my leg.
Yeah. Which is a bit of a bitch.
Yeah. It's just a pain. I mean, yeah, I just really wish there was a living room, but unfortunately, there's not. I
A
wouldn't.
slightly longer table.
My table.
Yeah. That table just a bit longer. I could just put the laptop there and just use the macro pad and my...
Whereas I
leg.
can game in here.
Yeah,
Don't make us play Robot Unicorn.
I brought a small table though, because I didn't know how big I needed a table.
Yeah.
And I know I kind of want to move that side cabinet thing, but I don't know where to put it. Like, I swear there's not really much room for moving things in my room.
Problem is, if you move the wardrobe, you're going to have to...
There's only two places a wardrobe can go. And
On the
a
floor
second...
or on the ceiling.
The other place it goes is not good at all.
I was about to say you could put it near the door, but then you'd have to rejigger the bed.
Yeah.
Which then requires rejiggering the table and sofa.
It would create
Excuse me,
less
it just makes
room.
me gassy.
It's actually really hot in here.
It is really, really warm. If we're sounding a bit lethargic, it's because we are lethargic. It's 1,000,000 degrees.
Yeah.
And then some.
I've had trouble sleeping lately, and
Yeah, so have I. And then Eva came along and just ruined my sleep pattern even further.
yeah, not really, not okay.
Who needs sleep patterns, right, kids?
Hang on a second. TK,
Yeah.
we're missing a lovable plushie mascot.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
He was in there last time I saw him, so. Because Alex was playing with him. So, I don't know where you've put him. I'm going to take my cravat off.
Sorry.
Hell, it's warm. That's how warm it is. It's going to strip on the stream. How's that?
Ooh.
Oh, my neck is feeling a breeze. Ah, magic.
Ooh. It feels so nice.
It feels so nice indeed. It feels so nice I cannot believe. Oh, no, breeze. Coldness in the neck. Oh my god, that's the best feeling. So yeah, on that slightly orgasmic note, I think it's time we move along to a segment. Because, you know, like, fucking hell, segments. Who'd have thought them, eh? And with that, let's bring on the gaming news.
Now it's time for the latest gossip from the Silicon Grid. This is the gaming news.
So it's that time of the show where we talk about the news. And Felix has been furnishing us with news.
And I have so many tabs open. I can do the headliney bits if I can scroll through them well enough.
Well, you're getting ready to do that. I'll ping over the news. Well, I'll just say the news that you've pinged me most recently that I'd seen the other day and got a pipe over. And that is Harmonix are interested in bringing back rhythm action gaming in the form of Rock Band to the PS4 and Xbox One.
Dun, dun, dun.
Green Giant.
Yep, they've not
No,
given up.
that's dun dun dun.
In an interview with Game Reactor, they explained that the developers' approach to the series they said, "We think about bringing back Rock Band all of the time because we love Rock Band, and we're just waiting for the right moment in the new generation of consoles to bring it back." So hopefully, yay! Let's get me some of that. I'm still waiting for Amplitude to come out.
Hopefully they'll let you use the old instruments.
That's my hope, and all the old DLC. I know licensing for that's going to be an arse, but the majority of Rock Band players have spent many, many dollars or many, many pounds on DLC. And if they turn around and say, sorry, it's not going to work, that's going to be a massive kick in the bollocks.
I spent many, many rupees.
No, you haven't.
Do you know how many vases I broke?
You lie to me.
Do you know?
You lie, boy.
You tell fibs.
Ah.
This make people sad in face.
So, speaking of... I've got all the headline bits that I just... Like I said, I was going to scroll back and forth to find them. So, speaking of TigerTails' 10th year anniversary thing coming up, you know who have just celebrated their 10th year of game publishing?
Insomniac Games?
No, Rising Star Games, based here in jolly old England.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That brings me to my next question. Who the fuck are they?
You don't remember them?
No, I
They
don't.
have more than 100 titles for PC, DS, 3DS, Wii, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, PSP, and Vita.
They're publishers, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the guys that published No More Heroes, Cloud Built, and Under Assault,
Okay. No more heroes.
amongst many, many others. I liked No More Heroes.
No More Heroes was good, but most of Suda 51's games are good in their own
In their own special
Yeah.
way.
way. Yeah.
And
The
they're generally
third...
quite special.
Yeah, they are a bit. The third Game Boy Jam is kicking off next month. They've set a date for it now.
Is it going to be better than Dashcon?
Yes. Starting on August the 1st, going through to the 10th, the Game Boy Jam is basically focused on creating games that give off a Game Boy vibe. That means you can only use 4 colors, Game Boy style audio, and a 160 by 144 pixel resolution.
Oh,
Ooh, do I get a cane? Can I re-fancy myself? No, not more like Jeebus Christ!
Hi, you want some?
So basically, the same sort of thing that gave you Super Smash Brothers Game Boy version. Super Smash Land, that was the one.
Okay. Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire have a cosplaying Pikachu. Yes,
God.
there's a mini game in there. The Poke anime. Anime is French.
Don't finish the headlines, or
I just want, it's a quick one. I don't really need to go into details,
That's
do
okay,
I?
then.
And it's kind of relevant to the interests.
yeah.
Yeah. It's new Pokemon games being re-released for. It's the 3rd gen ones being re-released now. They've announced that there's going to be a mini game in there. If you remember the Poke Ame from X and Y, where you could like feed your Pokemon food. And
It was
pet
basically
it.
the best.
Tamagotchi Pokemon.
Yes.
But no, it was great because it was a way of simplifying all of that EV training that was so fucking stupid and complicated in the other versions.
Yes. Now they have a version where you can dress up your Pikachu only,
How tragic is that?
and they have all sorts of like. God, look at these, like a milkmaid or a ballerina or a scientist.
Oh god, Mad Scientist Pikachu even has a Mo Howard haircut.
Yeah.
That's not right.
And there's going to be a DNC distribution event in America as well.
Really?
Yeah. They have a lot of distribution events or like events where you actually have to go to places. Over here, we do it with game. There's currently one going on a game for, if you go in there, you get a Mega Charizard X or Y. Or you get a Charizard basically with an X or Y stone depending on your game. Yeah, carry on, Feelers.
Ah.
I also got a couple of others, it's okay. Super Smash Brothers 4, I'm not sure what they're actually calling it, Super Smash Brothers Wii U, has got 3 new character reveals. 2 were revealed at EVO, actually. 2 of them, Lucina and Robin, are from the latest Fire Emblem Awakening game? Yeah, Awakening. And they seem they're basically your typical protag sort of characters from the game series. Marth's in the game already, so I don't know why they've got 2 of them. I suppose one does use a book, but
Oh wow.
yeah, and the fact that you can, a little poke at Ubisoft, I guess, is that they could have the female version of Robin. No, wait, it's Crom. Wait, what's this? Crom is not a playable character in the game. It just appears as an attack for Robin. Okay. Okay.
We'll get there eventually.
We'll see. We'll see. And also the third character is Captain Falcon. Makes a return after God knows how long. People were basically like, it's been this late in all of their announcements and there's no Captain Falcon because there hasn't been an F-Zero game for ages. People are like, has Captain Falcon finally been forgotten? And loads of people are actually angry about this. I was angry about this. I like Captain Falcon.
Well, you know, he's getting old. He's got to worry about people noticing his falcon paunch.
Yes!
Haha.
Yeah, no, he was also announced for it. On top of that, for Evo... Oh, fuck, I closed that one. Never mind. For Mortal Kombat X, Mortal Kombat 10, or whatever you want to call it.
It is X.
It is X, yeah.
Yeah.
Raiden joins.
The fight.
Yep.
The X stands for extreme.
And there's a little trailer showing off all 3 stars of Raiden's fighting.
And
So
a
if you're interested
fatality.
in that. Yep, and a fatality.
Which was eye-poppingly good.
Oh, it was eye-poppingly good. Then,
Or as they
if you-
call it in Japan, a
Yeah.
fatality.
He has 3 variations: Thunder God, Displacer, or Stormlord. Stormlord sounds awesome, but I bet it's the worst of the 3.
Is it?
It probably will be. It's traps. Traps really aren't good in that sort of game.
What movie or book was it that somebody actually... There's a title, Stormlord.
Oh.
And
You're the expert, jeez. Capcom planning next Street Fighter. We'll announce something soon, but we've kind of already known about this. That there's been a leak about possibly developing 5. So it's obviously going to be 5.
Oh, and did you hear about Tekken 7?
Tekken second 7 as well. Yes.
That was leaked on AOL Video of all places,
Yeah.
thanks to IGN.
And another interesting thing, Tekken X Street Fighter has been cancelled.
Oh, that's it. It's a
It has
Warhammer
actually
40k
been cancelled,
thing.
has it?
Yep, it was cancelled.
That's a shame.
You laugh, but you wanted to see that.
I did, because I wanted to be able to say, oh, look at your fireballs. Aren't they useless now?
But I'm guessing that, you know, they just didn't want to... Street Fighter X Tekken wasn't that good, so...
No, shit.
Yeah, so Felix, I've done a few. Come on, catch up.
Min Lei, the Valve guy who's one of the co-creators of Counter-Strike, has said that Left 4 Dead 3 is actually in development.
Wait. Valve are making a 3rd game?
Yeah. You know, the one that people have been asking for quite a while.
Yeah, but then
And
they've
now the
said-
jokes are going to be going around because he's mentioned at the same time that he's also seen that Half-Life 3 is also apparently in development because he's seen all the concept art for it. He says, I can't talk about Half-Life 3 because when I do, it feels like there's this laser sight trained on my head. His exact words, by the way. But he's seen the concept art for Half-Life 3, but he's actually seen Left 4 Dead 3's game engine.
So now it's the race. Which 3 will
Or
Valve run
maybe
first?
it's Left 4 Dead 2 Episode 1. Huh?
Oh, maybe.
Huh? Yeah.
But
No, that's not the one. Where's that fucking Destiny thing?
Come on.
Destiny.
Indirect
Bungie have sort of talked a little bit more about what people are going to be expecting for the upcoming beta for Destiny, which starts on the 17th for PlayStation platforms and the 23rd for Xbox owners.
I'm predicting homophobia, racism, and teabagging if you're playing it online.
Wait. This isn't Call of Duty.
No, it's a first-person shooter. On an online first-person shooter
yeah,
on
apparently.
console.
If you've actually selected your console for Destiny beta, you'll receive your email plus download tokens when the game begins on that platform.
Oh, I'd also like to point out that it's actually more of an RPG shooter. And,
Yeah.
First-person shooter players tend to be steered away from that because you actually require some thought.
Oh ho ho!
Apparently, if you pre-ordered on the PSN as opposed to anywhere else, you will also get a special email when it starts explaining exactly how your participation in the beta works. On top of that, Bungie have clarified that everybody will be getting special bonuses and surprises regardless of their platform, just so they can go, hey, see, we're not being favorites. They've actually had to make a real statement saying, hey, we love the Xbox and the PlayStation equally, guys. We just love being a cocktease to the PC owners.
We love Xbox and PlayStation equally. It's just Sony pays us more money for shiny things. And we love the
Pretty
shiny
much.
things more than we love either of the other two.
I'm going to gloss over the headline-y, baity things of Ubisoft and EA lately. In the last week where it's like Ubisoft has gone, people love paid-for DLC.
They love it.
Going, to an extent, yes they do, but not in the way you're talking about. And EA have gone, gamers actually hate change.
Yeah, gamers are blaming... That's like EA's blaming gamers for the fact that Dungeon Keeper failed.
Yeah.
I love that. That made me laugh so hard.
Yeah. In fact, he was talking to game industry biz.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, your readers, and industry in particular, there's a core that doesn't feel quite comfortable with the growth of gaming.
Growth.
It's like going,
That's a word.
no, there's always going to be somebody who will not like the results of a patch or not like a change that has been made to a series. You're always going to get people to complain about that.
Yeah.
And they're usually going to be quite vocal. But to say that those guys are, the majority of everything in gaming. No.
Oh dear, I'm having to giggle on a completely unrelated topic here. Woody reposted something on Facebook. It's the old story about the mother who was like telling her son to be safe and pinning a condom to the corkboard.
What?
Yeah, it's like you're growing up, when your girl comes over, you're probably going to want to get serious, so make sure you're safe. Use this. And pins a condom, still in the packet of course, to the message. Obviously putting a pinhole straight through the condom.
Really?
Yeah. And Woody was like, giggle, her heart was in the right place, but her common sense must have taken the day off. So I left the comment, she knew exactly what she was doing. Someone wants grandkids. Someone else then commented, how does she want grandkids if she's telling them to wear protection? And then seconds later, oh, I just saw that pinhole.
Actually, that used to be one of my mother's favourite pastimes. Her and her brother used to break into the condom machines at a pub.
What?
Stabby, stabby, stabby.
Stabby, stabby, stabby. Replacey, replacey, replacey. Relocky, relocky, relocky.
Wow. Wow.
Until they found out about AIDS and went, we probably shouldn't be doing this no more.
Really?
This
Really?
was back in 1942.
No. She was about that age when she hit puberty.
Don't forget, kids,
So she's a
impregnation
kid.
is bad. Children, the worst sexually transmitted disease you can have.
Oh yeah, sorry. The other thing that EA is basing their gamers hate change thing off is like, nobody liked our online cloud service for SimCity. No, that's an always-on DRM that you lied about, did not implement properly, and basically killed the game. Hey, who remembers SimCity 2013?
Nope, sorry.
Exactly.
It wasn't a thing. It didn't exist. I do have another piece of gaming news, actually, one that you didn't ping to me.
Yeah.
It's a mobile game.
Le Choc.
It's a mobile game.
Is
that's
this
actually free?
Oh,
Yeah, I know. What the shit, eh? It's Ingress. That one.
has hit the iOS.
It has indeed hit the iOS at last. So now, finally.
I was thinking of pinging that to you, but I thought, it's Apple
already.
news. And
No, TK already knew it's Ingress. So Google is basically going all over the iOS with Ingress. So now, finally, the poor people who are Apple slaves can finally join in on the fun, only a year and a half after their Android brethren. But yeah, keep buying Apple products, because they're obviously so worth it. But yes, now everybody can enjoy running around the city, waving their mobile phones at things, and totally looking like normal, everyday individual people, and not creepy stalker people.
all I got to do is leave location on at all times.
Yeah,
Hey,
leave it on
where'd
at all
my
times.
battery go?
Yeah, you don't need to leave it on at all times. But yeah, it does non-battery something chronic when you're playing Ingress.
The
Especially
latest...
with the screen brightness on full. That's a really silly thing to do.
Yeah. And my screen's plenty bright at just 1/5.
Yeah, I get to do mine in thirds, and yeah, 1/3 is perfect.
Yeah.
Until the sun's shining right on it. But
Yeah, in that case, I'll just quickly go click, swipe.
yeah, just knock it up briefly, then put it back down when you're finished. Doesn't take long at all.
Or my MX player has actually got a separate brightness slider.
Oh, useful.
which is great because it basically hijacks the built-in brightness slider, but it will always take it back down as soon as we exit the program.
Yeah, when you're finished.
Steam's latest update has finally brought in better library sorting.
Hooray!
It was basically tiny writing at the bottom of the changelog, but basically they've improved library sorting and type to jump for games that start with A or An.
Nice.
They've eliminated duplicate library entries for separate Mac and PC app IDs,
Uh-huh.
and improved library sort order for certain game series.
Okay.
So they'll actually sort by game series and alphabet,
Nice.
which is nice because once you've been on Steam for more than a couple of years or so, your library will start to grow exponentially.
Especially with humble bundles happening.
Yes, oh dear
Humble bundles.
Christ, yes.
Hey, I'll buy that for $1. Oh shit, why have I got so many games suddenly?
Why aren't you scrolling?
I
There we
have.
go.
Have you finished?
I was going to quickly bring up
Go on.
the PC gaming hardware market is currently worth more than $21.5 billion US globally, which is projected to grow steadily for the next 5 years.
Dr. Evil.
Well, it's basically PCs themselves have been not selling well, but PC components
Yeah.
and dedicated gaming peripherals
Parts.
have been going up
Because they will.
because loads of people game on these things.
Alright, are you done?
Yes.
Yeah, I
We
got
can go to
something.
actual news and news.
I got some newsy news, but it will probably be followed up later on due to it being a Kickstarter. Well,
Oh,
not
wonderful.
today, but next week. I'll get Felix to follow it or something.
So he doesn't have to sully his hands.
TK, you might be interested in this, TK. Okay.
Yeah.
It's, what if us... Okay. Basically, we've had F-Zero, like I mentioned earlier. It died out on the N64. No, it had a GameCube release and then nothing. We've
Yeah.
heard nothing from that. Sony closed down Wipeout developer studio Liverpool, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
So we've had no Wipeout games since the Vita one.
That's right. Wipeout 2048 was the last one.
Yep. And there have been like other games which have tried to fill the gap in racing genre, but
Doesn't happen.
doesn't happen. So there's currently a new game on Kickstarter called Radical G, and it's a futuristic racer. Asking for 50k, 50,000 British pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Now the game is directed, or going to be directed by that's Jeff, isn't it?
Where am I
Freaking
looking?
hate weird names.
Where am I looking?
Jeff.
Yes, Jeff Cullen,
Jeff Cullen. Yeah.
not Joff.
No, I know. It looks like it should be Joff.
I know, it's okay.
He's been behind games such as Split Second, Pure, and MotoGP 06.
Mm-hmm.
Most of his history has been with racing games, and he's served as a QA technician on Extreme G2. So I kind of have a hope for it, because this guy has actually had a good record with good racing games, actually.
And it looks like it might have Oculus support by the video I'm watching, where it's in 3D.
Yes, the game is being developed with Oculus Rift support in mind. It works normally as well, and a single-player demo of the game is already available on its Kickstarter page.
Have you heard that the new Space Hulk game is actually going to be an Oculus Rift title?
No,
No, it
No.
is.
but Radical G has an interesting thing, which is all the racetracks are tubular,
Yeah.
which means you can race along the bottom or the sides.
Oh, thank fuck! I thought someone was trying to bring back old 90s slang.
Tubular man.
Tubular. So yeah, it looks
Pretty.
promising, and it does look pretty from the screenshots they've shown already. Of like,
I'm
you
watching
know,
a video of it, and even on my low resolution video, it looks pretty.
yeah.
I mean, it's not quite Wipeout gorgeous, but it's certainly pretty.
So we'll get Felix to follow that, because it's, you know,
It's a kick feelers.
it's a Felix for sure. But I thought I'd mention it, seeing as it's news before it's Kickstarter.
At
Is there a
radical-g.com.
Meanwhile, EA has been caught out snooping on your recently used programs with their Origin client. Yeah, the Origin client is actively looking at the list of programs you've run. And this has been proven with a bunch of people who've gone to Reddit who've been posting. Where is it? So yeah, You know how you can look at your recent programs list in a program in Windows that brings up a ROT13 cipher? It usually encrypts things.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, basically, this person looked at the list of things that Origin had been accessing, and it is all available in a ROT13 cipher format in Windows Registry.
Yeah.
Then he started to run them through a ROT13 decipher and suddenly realized that Origin had been logging the fact he'd been using PCSX2.
That's the PlayStation emulator, isn't it?
It is, as well as other screenshots decode to Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, iTunes, Foxit Reader, and even Torchlight, which was being run on Steam at the time.
Okay.
This has actually brought on to the point where EA representatives have now had to actually officially say, yeah, we've got to get to the bottom of this. Because this is pretty weighty evidence that Origin is doing some shit that they shouldn't even be doing, even by your standard, we would like to log your activity in the terms of service.
You reckon?
More than a bit, yeah. I mean, yeah, technically, the terms of service, you know, if you interpret them a certain way, do say that they're allowed to do this to you. In addition, we and other third parties use cookies and other technologies to passively collect non-personal demographic information, personalize your experience on our sites, and monitor the advertisements and other activities as described below. So it's okay. It's for our benefit, right?
Utterly.
Completely.
Yeah.
But they say passively, when Origin's actually very actively seeking through the programs that you're running on your computer.
And going, ooh.
In a way that's different to how the original Origin thing was. They saw that they'd been checking for programs that you were running. As they were running. Now, it's actually checking what you have been running through the Windows registry.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Because that's not creepy in the slightest.
You want some nice news? Do you want a quick piece of nice news instead?
Yeah, let's have some nice news.
You know, Crytek's been having a few issues lately. Just a few.
Yeah.
You know, like most recently, the Homefront developer quitting, or being fired, or having to leave, or something like that.
Yeah.
It turns out that they could actually fix all their problems just by doing what apparently everybody at Crytek UK wants to do. Work on Time Splitters 4.
Haha.
Or according to the animator of Crytek UK, Mark Jackson. Apparently he said, we can't say anything, concrete about it. I can't really comment on the Homefront stuff as well. But there is so much love for Time Splitters 4 at this studio. We'd love to do something, but I'm afraid I can't say anything more than that.
Okay.
Which is actually a bit more involved than the last time we had any news about Time Splitters 4, because the last time Crytek UK made any sort of announcement, they said it's currently being coded on by monkeys. Haha, references.
Yeah, Felix, you're going to have to add this to Kick Felix.
Somebody will have to send me the link.
Working on it. Worked on it.
Alex.
Way ahead of you.
What?
Your turn.
For what? I got no more news.
You've got no more news, so it's just me.
Payday 2 director says he's quitting AAA gaming.
Yes.
Yep.
And not for the reasons you'd think.
Oh, David Goldfarb is leaving Overkill Software to start his own little company. If my PC will work now. He has decided to move on, he told Polygon. It's all on good terms, and I think that Overkill Software are well positioned to succeed, as the last Steam sales seems to indicate.
Yeah, and it's great because
fine.
this isn't the usual, fairly popular developer leaving a certain part of the industry because he's, ranting and raving, or he's got a personal message he wants to do. He's just out there going, I just want to work on other things, actually.
Yeah, I want to set up my own little studio that's currently employing 4 people, and just bimble about mucking around with stuff.
Well, he said that he's actually had, as far as small studios go, he's actually got more of a head start on others. Because he actually has already established a name. He's got people that know what his work is like, and he's got people that be willing to work with him. Which means he's less likely to fold within a year than most other small games companies.
He's making an RPG, apparently, because he's always wanted to make one.
Yeah. That's about it. You had one job, Gravity. One job. Oh, wait, that is its job.
And it did it rather well.
The Sun recently published an article with the headline, Gaming is as addictive as heroin.
Says the Sun. Wow, that's a source
Britain
of
is in the
credible
grip of a
information.
gaming addiction, which poses as big a health risk as alcohol and drug abuse. The piece, behind an online paywall, because obviously,
The Sun.
points towards the research of one London-based clinic, which claims they receive 5,000 calls a year from parents seeking help for their child's gaming addiction, as well as them claiming that, there's a definitive Call of Duty link to multiple suicides and dopamine levels increasing in the brain. Along with case studies, like one boy from East Yorkshire who spends 12 hours a day playing League of Legends, some kid from Sheffield who spends £100 a week on mobile apps, and some, several cases of game-related deaths from around the world.
Oh, you mean the ones where they do stupid stuff like marathons in South Korean net cafes?
Oh, as well as a little checklist of yes/no questions for gamers to answer from a Dr. Mark Griffiths, who's the director of the International Gaming Research Unit at Nottingham Trent University.
Ooh.
I don't know if that's a good price or not.
Any of these questions available for the rest of us to check off to make sure that we're all hideously addicted freaks?
No, but Eurogamer then went on and followed up Dr. Griffiths, who contributed to the Sun's article, for what his original take was. And he said, it actually depends on how you define addiction in the first place. I spent my whole career trying to say that if you're going to call something an addiction, it has to be similar all across the board.
Yep.
And the criteria I use for video game addiction would be exactly the same as heroin addiction, in the sense it's an activity that becomes the most important thing in your life, compromising other activities in your life, including relationships, work, and hobbies. Also used as something as a way of modifying your mood, and something you build up tolerance to over time, so you need more and more. And where you get withdrawal symptoms if you're unable to engage.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm. And then he said, the good news from my perspective is, on those particular criteria, the number of genuine video game addicts is few and far between. And if we're talking about genuine video game addiction, it doesn't matter what the activity is if we're using the same criteria.
Yeah.
It's a bit like that trick question my physics teacher used to give me, which was, if I've got a ton of feathers and a ton of lead, which weighs heavier? We've all answered that question at some
your
point.
fat head, sir.
And of course, when Eurogamer came to him and said, so, do you agree with the Sun's introduction, which says that Britain is in the grip of video game addiction? And he said, no, that's incorrect. And this is a guy who spent 25 years studying what could be called video game addiction.
So he's
specifically
someone knowledgeable then.
Yeah, and he's the guy that they put the checklist for.
Yeah.
In the article.
So he's suing the Sun when?
Yeah. And if we're going to use the word addiction, we have to use the same concepts, signs, and symptoms we find in more traditional addictions, like withdrawal, tolerance, etc. By doing that, the number of people who end up being addicted by my criteria are actually few and far between. The little thing I did for the Sun is actually based on real criteria I use in my research. And the number of people who would score 7 out of 10 on those items I did put in the Sun, well, I'd find it very hard to believe there would be more than a handful of people out there that would actually score highly on all those things anyway. You'd probably get a lot of people who might endorse 3 or 4 of them. That doesn't mean they're addicted. That just means that you might be somebody who has problems with it. He said, I believe that kids can afford to play 3 to 5 hours a day without it impacting on their education, their physical education, or their social networks.
Yeah, considering kids do fuck all with them at school, they might as well spend their home time playing games.
Yeah.
He basically said, I got asked to provide a diagnostic test that some readers could do without seeing what the Sun had done. There's no evidence the country is in a grip of addiction. And yes, we have a study showing that a very small minority have problematic gaming habits. But problematic gaming habits do not mean gaming addiction. Those are 2 very separate things that the media are constantly putting forward as one and the same.
True that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yay. And of course, Dr. Joe Twist, who's the CEO of Yuki, also weighed in by sat there going, furthermore, the Sun's article ignores the positive effects of playing video games and the fact that millions of people can play both safely and sensibly.
occasionally.
Yeah. And Yuki is an organization with many psychologists, clinical specialists, doctors, professors all over the world who are sat there trying to convince mainstream press to cover the positive video game related aspects. So, yeah.
I've also got something else for you to do on the Kick Feeder section as well, for this.
Oh, go ahead, by all means.
Yeah.
It's an Indiegogo, but it counts.
Oh, yeah, I've covered Indiegogo and I think I've covered one Patreon as well.
Ooh,
I will click on those. What else do we have?
I have PlayStation 4 allegedly, and read allegedly in big bold font with underlinings and italics, allegedly getting massive performance boost. according to an argument over Twitter by users called Thuwei and Tidux. Tidux. Apparently, these two industry insiders are known to be leaking things in the past, so there is some credence to this potential rumour, allegedly. Let's just remember, allegedly, folks. This could all come to shit. Exchanging tweets between the two, they've basically been saying, I knew ICE could perform. They're one of these in-house Sony people.
Yeah.
Basically, not responsible for eking out power from their consoles. But future improvements are completely bananas. To which Thuwei replied to Tidux, if the number you're giving me is true, then it really is game over for Xbox One. Which he then followed with, I don't mean it over in terms of sales, I'm talking about power. PS4 performance boost rumour is insane.
Oh fuck, wait, they don't actually want to say that. They don't want to claim that their console is more powerful.
But if it is true, the Xbox One to PS4 port differences will grow much larger if devs choose to make PS4 versions shine.
The problem is that the statistically more powerful console never wins that generation. Ever.
Well, statistically, Sony would never
Oh
win
my God.
in Blu-ray versus HD DVD because they always piloted the failed format. So
Look at TK on the screen.
why?
TK,
Yeah.
can you say these 3 words for me? Kneel before Zod.
No.
Come on.
Not gonna happen.
Come on.
Nope.
Aw, you're no fun.
We're talking about classic Zod, yeah?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we are. As I said, it's by the low neckline. And
Yeah.
Just no.
Aww.
Not gonna happen.
Kneel before Zod.
Not gonna happen. Not until we release another episode of Bad Fanfic Theatre. Anyway.
I will work on it when I have quiet and time to finish recording things.
Excuses.
Just let me kick a douchebag out of my house.
Oh, your house is it? Alex, is
I've been there the longest now.
with the mic that can record everybody else's bedrooms. Because that's not
Yes.
not creepy in the slightest.
Oh, it's the button cams they really have to be worried about.
Oh, he doesn't need a microphone to hear me.
Oh, really? Well, you heard it here first, folks.
No, some days, if everything's quiet in my room.
And he's listening now, apparently.
With a glass against the wall.
Yeah.
Hey, he provided the Captain Morgan's glasses.
Oh, using his own glass against him.
I have to say, that's some real glass you got there.
Anyway, on with more news. Creative England invests £250,000 in Accelerator Fund. Sony Computer Entertainment Europe is working with organisation to support 5 game firms' projects for PlayStation platforms. Creative England and SCEE have announced a new 250k fund to accelerate and incubate 5 UK game companies. The organisations will invest $50,000 each into the selected 5 developers to support the development of new titles for PlayStation 3 and 4 and also PlayStation Vita. The studios will also receive business support, dev kits for the 3 PlayStation platforms, and other technical and fringe benefits. The partnership is part of a new incubator and accelerator program called Games Lab Campus. Information on how to apply will be made available from their website at creativeengland.co.uk/games. The partner was announced by Ski's senior account manager for publisher and developer relations during the Develop conference in Brighton. The head of the games and digital media at Creative England pitched in with Creative England, we're always looking to support new game development talent and opening doors to help indie studios grow.
It's also funny. You know who's just joined the board, apparently?
What's that?
Scroll down to the bottom. First thumbnail.
Ian Livingstone joined the
Yeah.
Creative England board. What, as in the Choose Your Own Adventure guy?
No, you're thinking of Ian Jackson. No, Steve Jackson and Ian. Wait,
Yeah.
no, yeah, Ian Livingstone, yeah. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
UK game industry icon Ian Livingstone has joined Creative England on the development board. He's joined by former HarperCollins board member and publishing industry veteran Belinda Budge.
It's funny because speaking of both Ian Livingstone and Steve Jackson, they're still moving ahead, returning the Lone Wolf series into games,
Cool.
actual games,
Ooh.
and that's pretty much the only successful series that came out of the Choose Your Own Adventure fad, wasn't it?
Well, apart from the main core books, like 50 of them.
No, they tried to make several series, didn't they? And it seems that the Lone Wolf series was the only one that actually caught on and lasted the longest with popularity. Sorry, Alex was doing things and showing me.
I see. You're all bad people.
I know. The fellow who's no, what's his name? Ross Ulbricht. The guy behind the Silk Road Bitcoin debacle.
Oh yeah.
He's lost his most recent bid to have money laundering and various other charges dismissed. He tried to slip out from under money laundering charges by presenting the argument that Bitcoin isn't actually money, but it's property. Which didn't actually impress the US District Judge Catherine Forrest, who gave a 57-page opinion that the money laundering law captures all movements of funds by any means.
It does indeed. This is something I'm more than familiar with.
She then went on, the only value for Bitcoin lies in its ability to pay for things. Therefore, the money laundering statute is broad enough to encompass the use of Bitcoins in financial transactions, and any other reading of it would in fact be nonsensical.
Indeed.
Most recently before that as well, his attempts to have conspiracy charges against him have been dismissed. To have the conspiracy charges against him dismissed, denied. He argued that the Silk Road was merely a facilitator, like eBay or Amazon. And therefore, he was, not liable for anything. At all, ever.
Except he totally was. For everything,
Except,
ever.
yeah, there is no legal prohibition against such criminal conspiracy charges, provided the defendant possesses, as the indictment alleges, the requisite intent to join with others in unlawful activity. And because Ulbricht is alleged to have knowingly and intentionally constructed and operated an expansive black market, his behavior is no different. His behavior, is different from a website launched for legitimate purposes, but which becomes, against its intentions, a market for illegal transactions. Because there's a whole bunch of evidence that points to him acting and referring to himself as the Godfather, who determining which territory and actions may be taken and the commissions that he would retain, and disciplining people to keep them in line. So given all of this, they've had to, prosecutions have to go away, and we are all just not good with the words today. The prosecution defense had to go away and therefore base their cases along these lines, and they will not be back in court until November. God, this is a big case, really, isn't it? Should we go lastly from me? I mean, what's the time?
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
It's pretty much time for done dusted, so.
Well, I'll just quickly say that this summer, the Nintendo 3DS and 2DS Made for Play tour will be visiting 5 cities across the UK during July and August. It's the first thing. It's actually Nintendo UK official thing.
Yeah.
So you can now go to a dedicated Mario section of the event where kids can climb Bowser's Castle and play the new Super Mario Bros. 2 in Mario's Den. You can also pop over to the Pokemon area where you can jump to a Pokeball pit to find various surprises. Watch the newest episodes of the series that aren't airing yet and learn new things about Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
You can dive into the ball pit to find interesting things like Mr. Hanky. What are you doing here?
And of course, a treasure hunt which will go across the whole Nintendo and Pokemon franchise, which will win people prizes. As well as a dedicated parent island for mums and dads who don't want to learn more about Nintendo 3DS, Nintendo DS, and the range of family-friendly games Nintendo has available. That exact wording, by the way, was from the Nintendo.co.uk website.
Okay.
They know their audience for that bit, don't they?
Oh, yes.
It doesn't say where it's happening.
That's a pain in the ass.
Oh, wait, events 2014. Sorry, no, it doesn't.
Never mind.
So let's quickly go on to the actual last piece of news. The Geeky Awards have now set the date for this year's awards ceremony, as well as announced the exclusive partnerships that they're going to be having with several people. This includes the Avalon Hollywood, Gibson Brands Incorporated, and POW Entertainment, which is famously co-created by Stan Lee. Which is among many others. I mean, Gibson is you'd think that wouldn't actually jive. You know, an award of geeky gaming and video and other mediums, but surprisingly, Gibson has actually got a huge track record of patronizing the arts.
Really?
Funding, supporting, donations, loans. They give out a fuck ton of money towards people to actually help them get things out there
Well, who'd have
that
thought?
aren't music. It's great. And the dates, looks like, where's it gone? Oh, I love this. So yeah, this statement is from Gibson Brand's CEO, Henry E. Juskowicz, which even. As a geek myself, it's actually a personal privilege to support the Geeky Awards.
Ooh.
Gibson Brands is committed to creators and to bringing the fruits of their creative output to consumers, ensuring that their creative work is reproduced in the most exceptional way. Where's the date? The date was meant to have been set. Ah, here we go. Set for August 17th at the Avalon in Hollywood. Okay. So, yay.
Yeah, indeed.
in Avalon.
Yeah. That's actually great because this is actually getting so many reactions and enthusiasm for something that's only a second-year ceremony.
Well, the first year was successful, unlike other sort of.
The first year, we had Seth Green giving Stan Lee a Lifetime Achievement Award,
Yeah.
and the obvious choice of Nathan Fillion as Geek of the Year,
Yeah.
because he fucking is. You've seen his story about his lightsaber, right?
No.
We were.
No, there's a story about how he's having a party, but it's the Jimmy Kimmel thing. And he's got one of the most expensive lightsaber ones, lightsaber replicas. He just keeps it in the hallway, and he's, seeing people out after a party, and he saw this kids just playing down the street during the little twirls and stuff. He went, ooh, I know what I'm going to do. So he grabbed it, put it behind his back, and it's like he came up to the kid and went, hey! And the kid just said like, what? It's like, it's a nice lightsaber. But what about this? And the kid goes, oh, it's nice. What is it, Anagans? And he goes, what? He's like, this setup! And he was not impressed. I just felt like 12 years of my life had been wasted. Jimmy Kimmel replies, wait. You're probably about the only person who can tell that story who slept with a woman. Nathan Fillion is uber geek all round.
I like how the kid said, oh, what is it, Anakin?
Yeah, I'll put it up actually later,
Yeah.
because I got it favorited.
That's brilliant.
I loved their set last year, like I said, because they had it set as the Enterprise D's, the next generation control bridge. And they had the obvious joke about, an Apple product accidentally mishearing the self-destruct command. To which half the audience went, and most of the audience went, and the person went, so I see we got a lot of Apple junkies in. But yeah, apparently the amount of detail on the set they had just for the award ceremony, she sat down the button. None of you guys can see this, but all the buttons are here, and I press them and they light up and they do shit. Yeah. There's a 3D printer for every table.
Ooh, sweet.
Yeah. That's actually one of those fun bits, just watching people just try their best to quickly program and recreate the 3D printed ray gun award that they've got to give out to everybody. I may be a bit too enthusiastic about this thing.
Might be.
Just a little, but hey, I kept us talking.
That's true. So are we now ready?
I think we may be.
I've got to be taken away from this website. This exotic meat website.
Okay, I'm going to have to close all these tabs.
I'm going to spend all of my money here if I'm not careful.
He's good at
They
doing that.
do-
Hey, did we show him the
ready
Loot Crate
wheels.
website?
No,
Oh,
I don't
fucking
think
great.
he's interested in it, to be honest.
Oh.
Loot Crate gives you like one thing you're actually interested in, a whole crap of other things for many, many things. There's an ostrich in a honey and mustard sauce ready meal. North Indian reindeer curry.
Do they have reindeer in North India?
Apparently they do now. Imported.
Yeah, they import the meat from Scandinavia and they make a curry out. Kangaroo chili con carne.
Again, trust me on the kangaroo thing. It's not nice. Neither is emu.
It's just the alligator.
Alligator is bearable.
Venison in a blackberry and red wine jus.
TK, Control W now.
Squirrel is apparently quite nice.
Squirrel!
If a bit.
Wild boar
Chewy.
Yeah, that broke
jalfrezi. Wild boar. This website is illegal. It should not be allowed.
This heat is
This
actually
is
killing me.
foodgasm.
I'm having trouble staying awake.
Game
My
Bot
God.
Bot.
Did you need a restorative coffee in a minute?
No, coffee will make it worse.
How about Coca-Cola?
No. Might get some water when somebody else is doing it.
I actually need to go use the little megalomaniac's room, so...
I see.
I don't want that. Thank you anyway.
The little megalomaniac's room. Apparently we have an audio problem on the YouTube feed.
Huh.
So,
Do we?
according to Red K. Also, hi Red K.
Hi, Red K. I'll keep in contact with you guys through this whilst I'm using the facilities.
Okay, I might have to go and source the problem with this. Source the problem?
Okay, so you're gonna leave the half awake one to keep.
No,
Okay.
You can continue speaking and stuff. And
You have coffee.
good luck.
It's cold. I'm not drinking cold coffee.
So I'll play a jingle, and then you can start talking about one of the things we did this weekend.
Okay.
Does that sound fair?
Okay.
It's that time where the cast of TigerTails Radio reviews stuff badly. This is done and dusted.
I swear your jingles are different today.
Yeah, I'm playing the B jingles.
Yeah, I've never heard the B opening jingle for the show. I was like,
Really?
what's this one? Yeah. So I was listening to it. I was thinking, did you get a new jingle?
No. When I buy the jingles, I get an A jingle and a B jingle and a voice-only jingle.
Is that just because it's cheaper?
No, actually, the jingles are quite reasonably priced. But no, they actually do 2 different mixdowns and plus the vocal mixdown if you want to put your own backing behind it.
That's quite nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, moving away from that, I'll let you fix your problem. I'm going to talk about Evo then, I guess.
Oh, you're going to cover Evo, are you?
Oh, well, you're welcome to jump in, and I'll jump in on you doing Lion King because,
Awesome.
you know...
I've got plenty of headphone cables, so I can always nab Felix's mic if I need to.
Yeah. Man, his headphones are here anyway. But yes, Evo Evolution Championships happened this weekend. It happens every year. It's been running for about 11 years now, I think. Definitely 10. But it happens once a year from a set date in July. And either you go to it or you watch it, really, when you're part of the community, because it's just that big a thing. It's the biggest tournament in America, and it's one of the biggest in the world, actually. I think there used to be a bigger one in Japan, till they stopped it. Still a lot of problems with it. So I thought I'll dedicate my whole weekend to watching Evo, because that's what I usually do. And then I was like, TK has recently been getting into Evo every year. I think it's definitely the second year he's been interested in it. Is it the third? What?
What?
What the shit is that?
Did you forget to put sound on or something? It might be a podcast only, huh? You want to hear what we say? Really quietly. Listen.
Well, what are you doing, TK? Well, what's gone wrong? Should we go through a quick, whilst he's doing this, go through a quick rundown of the games that were in Evo?
Oh, well, I can tell off the top of my head. The main games was
The 9 main, yeah.
9 main. Did they have 9 main? I think they had 7. They didn't have 9. They did 9. Maybe not last year, but the year before, and it was a bit too many. Even they said you can't do too many games. It piles up. But
Well,
we had BlazBlue Chrono Phantasma. We had Super Smash Bros. Melee. We had Injustice, Gods Among Us. We had Ultimate, not Unlimited. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Ultra Street Fighter 4. And we also had Killer Instinct, unfortunately. There was also a side tournament, which was kind of official, of Street Fighter 2 Super Turbo.
Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo,
Yeah.
which was,
It was an anniversary tournament of some sort.
yeah. They had the tourney match format, then they had the Tournament of Legends 2 pool, Tournament of Legends 2 Top 32, the X-Mania USA pool, the X-Mania USA Top 8, and the finals. Is that part of the official? It's part of the official tournament, not
It
side
was
tournament.
Tournaments of Legends, yeah. I remember.
Essentially,
It had been
it wasn't the HD remix, which is the Capcom officially sanctioned one since they became a sponsor. It was the actual Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Yeah.
Because it's the 20th year anniversary of that game.
They for the whole of the year they've been going around to other majors and been giving spots to people in tournaments.
So yeah,
So you've basically
the X-Mania was the separate
in
tournament.
the tournament of PS4.
With the rule, no Akumas allowed.
What do you mean move it? Oh, nuke it. He was off. Oh, he was on standby. Okay.
Yeah, there's Tekken Tag
Yeah,
Tournament
and there was also a
2.
Tekken Tag Tournament 2. There was also like exhibition matches of Tekken Tag 2 where it was like USA versus the world.
Which was its last
World
year,
one.
wasn't it, of Tekken Tag Tournament 2?
Huh?
No?
No, I believe it was there last year, but maybe
Oh no,
not
it's just a
again.
case of there's just no excitement for it because barely anybody signed up.
Yeah, but
In fact, it was done before sunset on the first day of the show.
But generally with Evo, what happens is you have 2 days dedicated to like pools for matches. So you do all of your.
Did Injustice go to Superman yet again?
No, Superman got nerfed like a year ago or something, and now it's Batgirl, who's just as bad.
Was there Deathstroke spamming machine gun?
Yep, there was a Deathstroke in top.
Spamming machine gun?
The main ones you saw in the top were Deathstroke, Zod, Batgirl, and Aquaman.
Yeah. But it looks like that's a game that might not be coming back next year either, apparently.
Yeah, because
King
Injustice.
Yeah. King of Fighters 13 as well.
King of Fighters 13 was there as well, yeah, and I can't remember. I think Tokido won that. No, Zhao Hai.
Which is weird because you've got, what, 3-4 hours for the King of Fighters brackets.
What?
It's another one of those other ones that people aren't sure why it's there because not many people seem to sign up and it's just done within a couple of hours.
Yeah, it is.
Life for a while as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Until what?
I don't know. Tico was the one that kept track of that. But there's one restream that went on through Second Life for a while.
Yep.
Of course, Second Life is all but dead now, so.
Good.
Okay, there might be sound on YouTube now. I don't know.
Okay, I
Right.
finally got that link. For some bizarre reason, TK, the link to Radio G tried to open up a gobbledygook URL when it went through the Chrome.
Okay.
I have
Whereas-
to.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I have to consider.
I can't fix that fucking crap. I don't know what the hell's causing that.
I have to
squeak.
consider logging back into Second Life and playing my huge giant penis with a human as a dick. Because that's what it is, right?
I'll treat that as an awesome idea.
Oh my God.
Just a little floppy human. I feel sorry for the people on the camera who had to watch me go like this.
He's walking on the balls of his balls.
Yo, dog.
Yo, dog, I heard you like bulls.
So, Lion King?
Lion King.
Yeah, the
Lion
Lion King.
King.
The Lion King was a thing.
I'm gonna make myself a drink. Who wants one?
I'll have a Coke, please. Here's a
Water,
glass.
please. Can I have some water?
Water.
Headaches, water. I'm actually starting to get a headache, so yeah, I could do some caffeine.
And then I can take the chance to have another quick cigarette because I didn't quite get to finish the last one properly.
Dun-dun-dun. You could always take your microphone and headphones outside. That'd be hilarious.
I can actually just swing this microphone round and be in the doorway.
Yeah.
The headphones not so much, but I don't have to worry
You
about.
don't need headphones. You can hear us talking.
Yeah, I don't have to listen to Pete. Wait, let me rephrase that. I don't have to worry about missing out on what Pete says or cutting over him by accident. Did I dig myself back out that hole well enough?
Maybe.
Yeah, okay. So, cola, water, emu?
Emu? Yeah, why not?
This is the part where Tigger gets
association.
attacked by a puppet just off screen. Haha, 90s jokes. Or was that early 2000s? TK,
Yeah.
Eagle.
you remember?
It was more like it's more like a 70s really, but there you go. Emu in the pink.
Do you remember that panel game show that Noel Edmonds was on? They kept on making references to the emu. You just see a beak pop up with the Jaws theme.
No, thank God.
He just ignored it, and on the third time he's like, look, I've worked with fucking Blobby for 12 years. You think that shit scares me?
Do you know, Springbok Tangerine sounds nice. Back to basket. I'm on the meat website. Take me away from this website. I can't. I'm just pissed about this buzzing noise. I want to know what's causing it. No, no. Oh. He killed it!
Ah, you just get your tea.
Bitch.
Your tea. You ordered me to take you away from that website.
I didn't. I said take me away from it, not take it away from me. It's back. I can't hear you anymore, Fearless. Add to basket. Yay. This is a dangerous, dangerous, dangerous thing for me to be looking at. I'm currently looking at keziefoods.co.uk. Easy Foods. Always adventurous with food. And it's basically all you can meat. Nom, nom, and they do ready meals. I can't hear you, Felix, but yes.
He said all you can meet. Did he just say all you can meet?
Yes, yes, he did. This is the best website. This is the best website in the world ever, and I love it. It's going to be my new favourite thing. Although I have to try and make this worthwhile because shipping's 10 quid. So, or it goes down to £6.99 if you order more than 60 quid because, you know, bargains. Although, so far, I've already managed to order the best part of 25 quid in my basket. This is the worst side. But yes, Lion King, getting back on topic. The Lion King happened in Southampton, which is something I never thought would happen. After seeing it in London 18 times, we'd always sit back and go, well, if it ever came to the Mayflower, but it's never going to come to the Mayflower because, you know, the Mayflower's got a tiny stage, it would never work. Then the Lion King spent the Mayflower spent £2 million and upgraded the stage, and we still continue to think it would never come to the Mayflower because it's too small, too insignificant. And then we saw the adverts that it was coming to the Mayflower. So we booked tickets. Very swiftly.
Yes, very swiftly.
We booked them, what, back in January?
When they came out, because soon after they came out, they were sold out.
Pretty much. My tickets to the Mayflower Theatre arrived on the 30th of January. That's how far in advance we booked, kids. And, yeah, it was worth the wait. Now, I've seen it in London many times, as I say, so I know some of the actors are better than others, and, for instance, Rob Edwards, who played Scar back in the early days of London, was just God at Scar. There was nobody better than him, ever, in the history of the world. Even the guy on the official soundtrack is not as good as Rob Edwards playing Scar. Rob Edwards was rather good. We can't hear you. I can hear you because I'm in the same house as you, but that's it.
He wants me to be his mouth, but I don't feel that dirty right now.
No, I don't blame you. That's pretty disgusting. I think he's yelling something about Keith David, but I'm not sure. Yeah, but Rob Edwards was basically better than Jeremy Irons. That's all you need to know. And Jeremy Irons was pretty good. So, Southampton had a lot to live up to, in my book. I took Alex along as well. Alex hadn't seen a musical before.
Nope.
Which is shocking when you're that gay, so we decided that it was time for him
Wait, whoa.
We decided that it was time for him to see one, finally get it out of his system. And so, what better one to go to than The Lion King? It's probably my second favourite musical of all time, with Beauty and the Beast coming first, because that was amazing.
Wait, the straightest gay man hadn't seen the musical.
Yeah, tell me about it, right?
Gay straight man.
You took an quibble.
No, I thought I was the gayest straight man, and you're
No,
the
you're
straightest
the
gay man.
straightest gay man. I'm the gayest straight man.
I'm just a faggot.
I'm confused. Who's on third?
You're confused. You
On
didn't even know what
third.
gender you are.
Haha! Stooges.
You're
Not
so
Stooges. The other guys.
Monty Python?
No, who's on third? I don't know who's on fifth.
Does anybody understand what this duck is saying?
No.
Google it.
No, I'm busy. So yeah, we thought we'd go and take Mr. Alex to go and see The Lion King. And Alex, give your 5-word critique.
It was pretty fucking good.
Yeah, 7 words, not 5 words.
No, I'm not doing a haiku. It was really, really good. I could see where some of it was a bit, but then I couldn't tell if that was because of the Mayflower or not. And I did have TK next to me who was criticizing stuff about it, whereas I was like, well, I wouldn't have.
Afterwards, I waited until
Yeah,
afterwards.
afterwards, fair enough. And I was like, well, I would have never known about that.
Yeah.
Like, this was cut, or that was cut, or during the show when, like, we couldn't see certain puppets or something, you were like, oh, there's a puppet up there, actually. I was like, oh, well, I couldn't see that.
Because the spoiler alert, although if you haven't seen the show and you don't want to, you're not really care. But there is a scene that's not in the film, which involves Simba growing up with Timon and Pumbaa. And Timon is placed in mortal peril above a waterfall. And he's clinging on for dear life on a branch that we couldn't see due to our seating position was being slightly too high. We could see Timon's feet as he was hanging.
Yeah.
We saw Timon when he dropped. So I was hoping Alex was watching for that bit. But I thought it's not really fair to let Alex not quite know what the fuck everyone's talking about. So I'll fill him in on what he's missing.
Yeah.
And also during the stampede, the first line of wildebeest we couldn't see. Because they were on a printed backdrop, which
Yeah.
then scrolls. And we could just about see the bottom of that. But it didn't matter, because how they solved the stampede problem was just fucking genius.
I don't know how it was compared to the other one, but I have to say that Stampede scene was probably one of the best ones in the show, especially like the with Mufasa coming in to get Simba, and then Mufasa climbing up, and the effects when he was shoved off by Scar was pretty amazing.
Long live the king. I just say that like a goosebumps.
Mufasa.
Do it again.
Mufasa. So
Just tingles me. Yeah, I'm that childish. I did like the children crying and Mufasa, but fuck the music. I had, as Felix calls it, the sexy tear when that one.
when the music started
one-man
playing in
tear.
that scene.
And Simba's there going.
It's what Doug Walker calls the sexy cry. I'll have to show you. I've forgotten. I think it's his top 10 movie cliches.
Yeah, but I had the Kenshiro tear shed for those lost.
See, I don't. Simba's running around all sad, and I'm just utterly stoic. What gets me is as Mufasa is falling.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
soon as he's
fuck that.
When he's fallen, fine. When he's falling, no, lose it.
And the music as well. In combination, fuck
Yeah.
that.
Oh, the Stampede music is just...
Seriously, when we first sporting, TK cries like a bitch with a skin knee. I may have been watching too many Kevin Smith movies lately.
Maybe.
But it was really well done.
Yeah,
man.
it's the African chanting. No king. It's like, fuck off! Yeah, really, really haunting. And really nice live. Really, really nice live. So much better than the soundtracks. That doesn't matter how good your speaker system is. You cannot recreate how awesome things are live.
No.
Like that.
No, live orchestras are actually the best. I mean, as a kid, I probably would have thought, oh, no, I'm never going to listen to people play actual music. Fucking hell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so much
actual,
better.
like, you know, instruments in real life. It's like, but now I'm like, no, hell no. If I get to go see an orchestra of some sort, I'm going.
Oh, video games live then.
Oh, I can't go to that, I don't think.
2nd of November. Or 1st of November in Manchester.
Yeah, but you guys are already going. I'd have to arrange it with my peeps. I don't want to travel up by myself. I'd sit by myself. I don't want to sit by myself.
I think sitting by yourself would be the only thing you'd be doing, because we could all travel as a group.
Yeah. I just don't want to sit by myself. I don't like that and doing it. But yeah.
Let's see if you can swap with the guy next to us. Do you mind, awfully, not sitting there? Here's my friend's ticket. You can sit where he's at. It was probably a better seat. Fuck off.
It's up the front. Yeah, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
He just doesn't like sitting by himself.
Yeah. That's pretty much what it's going to be, isn't it?
Well, I'll show you if my friends want to go.
Good.
Then I have no problem travelling up with you.
Have you ever done video game stuff before?
Nope.
Oh, shit, dude, you got to do it. Got to do it at least once. I mean, it's like the Final Fantasy concert, but
It's still pretty good. Yeah.
yeah, it's still pretty good. Because that Final Fantasy concert was fucking air.
I've still got to get TK. Get TK to let me telecommute to the Distant World concert this year.
I was thinking about going to
Final
Distant
Fantasy.
Worlds this year, but I've already done Distant Worlds once, and it's not going to be that much different to when we went last time. Although,
There's-
Albert Hall,
Albert
and the tickets sold out like that, so we would have a chance in hell. But
Yeah.
But yeah, the Albert Hall, fuck, that place is intimidating. Fuck, that place is so intimidating.
I don't know. The set list for Distant Worlds has probably changed, seeing as we went to saw it like what 3-4 years ago now.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Shit now. Yeah, thanks. Now I feel really old. All of my fuck you.
Back when I was a kid.
Yeah, yeah, baby.
I suppose we could still go like next year or something if it's
Yeah, if we're quick enough.
yeah.
Really quick enough, because holy shit, that goes fast.
All the fat units want to go see it.
Oh, yeah. And then they want to cheer and shout for Final Fantasy VII. And it's like, guys, get over it. Not gonna happen. But yeah, Lion King. Let's get back on topic.
Yeah.
So, Circle of Life came along. Not quite as big as London, but still pretty epic, especially when you consider the size of the Mayflower. It's tiny. Then Pride Rock came along.
I like how on camera my microphone looked slightly worried with that one staring eye for a second there.
Yeah, Pride Rock came out and made me giggle. Because it wasn't quite what I was expecting. It's because in London, Pride Rock comes out of the floor in a kind of circular configuration, kind of spiralling up. It looks dead impressive. And then I saw a circle in the floor at the Mayflower stage, and I was going, they haven't cut the stage to put Pride Rock in it. No, they hadn't. Pride Rock came out on a track, and it had a tail, and it was brilliant. And the effect was almost as good. Okay, this kind of mountain just ominously sliding past behind the actors took a little getting used to. But yeah, eventually you kind of learn to ignore it when it was in transit and just pay attention to it when it was supposed to be in the centre stage.
But to be fair, I think it's a good solution considering that they're also going to go to other smaller
Yeah,
theatres.
it's a brilliant solution to a very complex problem, because Pride Rock is awesome and you
It's
can't
very
have a Lion King
important.
without it.
Yeah, you can't do the show without Pride Rock.
No, I've seen it at award ceremonies where they've had to kind of do it on a flat stage or do it on a slightly raised back section, and it has nowhere near the effect. You need Pride Rock. And the way they got it on the tour, segmented and slidey, was amazingly well thought out. I thought that was absolutely brilliant. It's a little disconcerting to start with, but you get used to it quick enough, so I was happy about that. But yeah, good time.
Excuse me.
The actors I found were, for the most part, reasonably good. They had a habit of talking entirely too quickly for a lot of the time, especially during the first half. It wasn't until Timon and Pumbaa came out that speaking became a normal tempo. I thought Timon was probably my actor of the night. And he was also the guy who played T-Shirt in T-Bag, if you're old like me and can remember kids' TV back in the 80s. And I thought he did really, really well. He was my pick of the night, with the guy who played Pumbaa coming a close second. Whereas you liked Scar, didn't you?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, Scar was really good.
Scar was your pick.
Really good.
I loved his bit during Booth Fed when he got all sarcastic on Like Rail. No one had done that before. That was brilliant.
I wasn't sure if the voice he'd done for Scar was good or bad. I mean...
It was very classical, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very classical. I don't know if it's...
All of the overacting.
Yeah, I don't know if it worked. I think it worked, though, because of Scar.
It's Scar. He's meant to be part ham.
Yeah, but this was kind of not quite the hammy part.
Yeah.
Rob Edwards did a brilliant Scar. He had the correct measure of camp, sarcastic, hammy. He combined the package. But he wasn't a brilliant singer. Scar's understudy back in London wasn't a brilliant actor, but a great singer, so it was a balance. Whereas this particular Scar, he had elements of everything. He could sing, he could act, and in places he absolutely shone, especially during Booth Bed. He made that his own. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a really good number.
But in other parts, especially during the opening, he would speak entirely too quickly, and it would be hard to understand him due to the Mayflower's shoddy audio.
All that time renovating the fucking lobby, and they haven't fixed anything else.
Yeah.
Your clone things.
They haven't even fixed the lions on the little gargoyle lions on the facade.
Maybe that's all to come in the future. But, oh yeah, the audio in the Mayflower is god-awful sometimes.
Yeah.
I've heard the audio wasn't that great when they're doing the Happy Days run.
Happy Days?
Yeah, the Happy Days musical there.
Really?
Last year.
Shit, there's something else I missed.
Was it last year or the beginning of this year? I know that Celine had to go and do a review of it.
So he basically didn't know up until now, anyway.
But basically, I am going to have to get the soundtrack of Wicked before I go and see it at the Mayflower. Just so I can know all the songs beforehand, because I sure as heck I'm going to hear them properly when I get there. Well, they did that. They murdered a lot of the Lion King songs, I must admit, with the audio. But Shadowland, they actually managed to mix correctly, and that came across in all power and on all effect.
Oh yeah, I just can't wait to be king.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Fucking terrible with the audio on
Did
that.
they just turn into, I just can't wait for this to be over?
I just can't understand what you're saying. I think it would be able to...
I just can't
So it was
understand
like Bane and
Zazu.
Batman in IMAX.
Yeah,
I just can't wait to understand what Zazu is saying.
yeah.
is the
I
actual-
just can't hear Zazu sing. I think would be a good name for the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fits syllable-wise as well.
I know.
And Scottish Zazu.
Yeah, I've never heard of a Scottish Zazu before. It took me by surprise. At first, I didn't like it. It grew on
Yeah,
me.
you
but
warmed to it.
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm definitely not.
Sounds like
against
something that's
it.
beyond the ken of this mere man.
He definitely wasn't bad.
He wasn't bad at all. He was a very good actor.
Yeah.
It's just a shame he had to suffer the audio of the Mayflower
Yeah.
because it really didn't like him in a lot of places. We were going there. Is this mic cutting out? Is it actually working? Well, sometimes you just couldn't hear a word he was saying. And
But-
yeah, and I just can't wait to be king. The audio was way too loud. You couldn't hear him at all, which was a crying shame.
You know TK actually. I actually know one of the sound engineers for the Mayflower.
Do I?
No, I do.
Oh, do you?
It's my mother's husband.
Like, what?
I need to shout at him. Bring him to me.
I hate the guy, so
Summon him. Because I need to kill him.
but yeah, with him doing the job, I can understand him being shot. So I was like, I know people say it's bad, but to be honest, I can understand why. He's like one of the main sound directors.
It's not the guys working at my place then. It's the other one.
Yeah.
Okay. Summon him. I need to have words. Sound mixing is definitely not his strong point.
No.
You've ruined the Lion King for me. I'm really upset. But then you go on the Mayflower's website, and every now and again you see posts complaining about the audio. So
And nothing gets done about it.
no,
No, they don't hire somebody good enough to do the job.
yeah, proper sound mixing.
Yeah. And they don't improve the equipment to the point where it's at least balanced if some shoddy person does it.
So they have supermarket tannoy installed.
Yes. Mark, front desk.
Pardon me?
Long live the king.
Yeah, okay, I'll admit. For the most part, they got the sound mix for the Stampede down as well. The African vocals really did come out during that section, and that was just like, fuck.
Oh, and Rafiki.
Oh, Rafiki.
Ah, itchy eyes.
It's annoying because Rafiki mourns that whole musical number just after the Stampede. I can do without that. When it's in the soundtrack, it's like, yeah, okay, I don't actually enjoy this particular one track. Next.
Rafiki Mourns just sounds like a vaguely contagious disease.
And then when you hear them doing it, it sounds different to the soundtrack, and you're going, I don't know if you're doing it wrong or if they've changed the lyrics over time, because they've realised what they were singing wasn't quite right. It's one or t'other, I'm not sure which.
The original lyrics were actually translated roughly to, I've got a cat in my pants. No.
That's the life. That's the beginning number.
And it moves us all.
And yes, it does. And those lyrics are roughly translate to
unless,
a lion father.
Unless you're a ninja, in which case it's the circle of death.
And it's not really so much of a circle as a star.
Yeah. I'm forbidden from doing the Lion King thing to the new kittens at my mother's place.
What, holding them up? And then
Yeah. I'm forbidden from doing a lot of things with kittens now.
You should do the Animaniacs thing instead. When they spoofed the Lion King and dropped the cub. Let's see if cats always land on their feet. Of course they do. Gravity sucks.
Why do you always have a habit of swiping over the one thing that obscured the picture you're trying to show me?
Anyway. Yes,
All right,
Lion
yes,
King.
you tried to click on it.
Lion King, well worth it anyway, despite the Mayfly's terrible audio. Go and see it in your local theatre when it tours around, because fuck yes, worth it. If you can see it in London, even better, go see it there, because that's its true home.
One of those things I mean to see when I can actually handle an auditorium.
Yeah, it's definitely worth seeing. I mean, well, any musical's really worth seeing. I'm big and gay and up for all of them, for the most part. Except maybe things like that fucking ABBA musical that I can't remember the name of now.
Mamma Mia?
Yeah, maybe not that one so much. That's just basically an ABBA tribute night. With
And
a
Evil Dead the musical. We've got to see that, right?
Oh, that can be allowed.
Just go watch the film of Mamma Mia and still be disappointed.
Yeah, pretty much. But,
There you go, you get the disappointment for a much cheaper price.
Yeah, and in the privacy of your own home too. And that way you
But
can
then
have...
I'd actually have to spend time to download it.
This gets to the
Let's face it, none of us was paying for that movie.
No, of course not. It'd be stupid. Behave. It might be on Netflix if you're really that sadistic. But yes, Lion King, well worth the money. Go and see it, despite criticism.
I like the version with Optimus Prime as Jesus.
That wasn't in the Lion King.
No, he showed me a picture of some drunken people recreating Da Vinci's Last Supper.
I see.
Yeah.
Now, Kick Feelers, do we have anything?
Yes, we got things that I haven't had time to catch up on the last couple of weeks that have either finished or just about to finish.
Okay.
As I start off with the things I know that were meant to be covered. Berserkers! Remember that one?
Vaguely.
Oh,
Vaguely.
yes, I remember Berserkers.
Yeah, the local multiplayer game where you try to,
Avoid
remember the
bears.
old saying, I don't have to outrun a bear, I've just got to outrun you?
Oh, yes.
That game
I remember that now.
just about squeaked by back on your birthday
Oh, cool.
with 8,049 Australian dollars of its 8,000 goal.
Whew. So, yeah, squeaked.
And overall, they're approximately, let me see, approximately halfway done with the game overall.
Nice.
Yeah. With the demo still available. Mountains of Madness, the animated film based off of the H.P. Lovecraft novella. They have 68 hours to go. Unfortunately, they've only got 14 grand out of their 175 goal.
So, it doesn't look promising for them.
It doesn't, which is sad. I like to see faithful, well, maybe less dialogue-y, but other than that, faithful reproductions of H.P. Lovecraft stories. Bring Reading Rainbow back for every child everywhere.
Oh, yes.
$5,408,916 of the initial
So-
1 million goal.
So, pretty successful then.
Yes. Also, the Kickstarter may be over, but you can still pledge money to help them support more schools, as well as get some more of those nifty little rewards they were handing out. The click through to the continue donating thing is actually on the Kickstarter page, so I can just repost that.
Cool.
I'm not going to press and hold, haven't I? And yes, Red K, you are completely right. I should be wearing a white shirt for that.
For what you
So
wearing?
as well as that side smoking, I You know what I miss about my smoke breaks in the middle of the show?
What's that?
The chance to just stand outside and watch people go by whilst I'm smoking, hoping that my smoking, whilst dressed rather nicely, catches a passing X-Files fan and suddenly instills a feeling of existential dread in him that he knows not why he has it. That's one of the main reasons I still smoke.
Okay.
That and that it's not killing you just yet.
In fact, it's making me healthier.
And the nicotine addiction, obviously.
And the nicotine addiction. Thank you, by the way.
What for? Reminding you of nicotine?
For lending him a tenner.
Ah.
Yes, which he will be paid back.
He is my bottom bitch after all.
You get yours. New Kickstarter things.
Well, that took a decidedly undertone there. Yeah, let's move on, shall we?
Radial G, high-octane sci-fi racer for the VR generation by Tameka Games.
Which we covered earlier.
Yes.
Download the demo, which I have done. I downloaded it to my Dropbox folders.
Fully immerse yourself in intense arcade races on tubular twisting tracks versus 32 opponents. I'm sorry, I had to say tubular like that.
Tubular, dude. It's tubular.
Totally. Supporting the Oculus Rift on PC, Mac, and Linux. Oh god, I'm just looking at the first GIF and I'm sat there getting headaches from speedruns of fucking Descent.
Surely, though, PC and Linux are kind of both one and the same. They should say Windows, Mac, and Linux if they're going to differentiate between different PC operating systems.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Most things used to say, you know, Windows, and if they're differentiating between hardware platforms, would say IBM PC compatible.
Yeah.
Which is actually still the term used in places that do that sort of thing.
Indeed. For MS-DOS.
Yeah, this is they also have a Steam Greenlight campaign.
Yep.
Everything has a Steam Greenlit campaign.
Yeah. I would give out story details or other things, but instead there's nothing like that. There's a playable demo.
Yep.
So I'm going to have to click the share.
Bear in mind, I think they're more interested in actually making a good playable game rather than...
Well,
fleshing out the story
this isn't the
just
sort of
yet.
game where you can have a storyline, really.
TK,
Yeah.
correct him.
You can have a storyline. The Wipeout lore is vast and great.
But not very present in the games themselves.
You'd be surprised.
Again, it's very hard to actually put story elements into a racing style game. And they only need £50,000, of which they are 1/5 of the way, with 18 days left for people to back.
Indeed. So get on that, people. We want more Wipeouty goodness.
Indeed. And the last one of the night. I don't know why I keep on clicking on the thing itself. Look, I'm still learning tablet, okay? Is the Indiegogo campaign for Simon's Cat Goes to the Vet.
Yep.
Is that right? I wasn't
Simon's
looking at
Cat,
the
A
page.
Trip to the Vets.
A trip to the vets. There we go. What to do? I'm assuming they have a nice little proof of concept on the page.
It's going to be the first Simon's Cat in full colour.
I'm sorry, but the thumbnail is a picture of Simon's cat wielding a baseball bat and apparently adjusting itself.
Huh?
That's what it looks like to me. Do I really have to explain what Simon's cat is?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
Simon's Cat is an animated web series and YouTube channel that features the mischievous and often hilarious antics of a fat white cat, his sidekick the kitten, and his long-suffering owner Simon.
The channel, which was launched in 2007 with the release of Catmandu,
Ha
viral, along with Simon's following films Let Me In and TV Dinner.
TV Dinner is probably the one that's been the most viewed overall.
He says opening up Catmandu and TV Dinner.
No.
Catmandu's got 49 million views. TV Dinner's only got 38 million.
So the one I see the most linked to is almost always the TV Dinner one.
With Let Me In at 37 millions.
Where is it?
But yeah, they're trying to develop a full 11-minute short,
Yeah.
and it's their first colour one.
Oh
Colour,
my.
Simon's Cat. And they've actually got a couple of illustrations of how the colour might look. And in the video they've got a couple of proof of concepts in there
Yeah.
of it being in colour. And it's like, Simon's Cat in colour just looks
And
awesome.
essentially the reason why they're going to Indiegogo right now is that There are currently a set number of episodes released per year. The revenue from that and the merchandise that's sold tends to go into making the next set of 8. Which is why they need a little bit of extra money to be able to bring you the full 11-minute video without having to skimp overly much on the animation.
Yeah, because it's still all hand animated.
Indeed.
None of this CG bullshit here. This is all still done entirely by hand. And, well, directly onto the computer as opposed to in paint process. But yeah. And it's like,
And
takes
the
many,
majority
many
of the money would actually be spent in the production itself. Which will have the same team that's brought you all of the Simon's Cat things so far, and I just accidentally closed the window.
Yeah, they need to hire some additional staff for this process. But 47% of their budget is going into animation.
Pretty much. 1% into insurance, pre-production 2%, post-production 2%. This is just for Doritos they need to keep themselves going during the writing.
3 into audio, 5 into
about a
production,
third of the money will go towards Thunder Perks, but
of which there are many and awesome.
again, with these days, with the amount of things that are expected out of any crowdfunding campaign, anywhere between a third and half of the money will end up going towards Thunder Perks. I just made that into one word. It sounds like the worst superhero team ever, really.
For £5 you can get the online preview and access to the Thunder blog. For a tenner you can get that plus a social media skin pack plus animatic teasers. For 20 you get the hardback book.
And an exclusive preview.
Yeah, and you get all the previous perks of the HD download of Off to the Vet and 5 collectible cards. Da 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 da.
And you get a special edition plushie toy if you give them 35 Great British pounds.
Or you could go crazy and give them £10,000 and feature in a VIP animation. You and your pet immortalised in a short clip of animation featured in the special VIP section of our behind-the-scenes
Although-
making of video.
If you don't have quite that much, just half money will just get your pet in.
Yeah.
Oh.
£500 will get you your pet drawn by Simon.
Along with all previous non-exclusive backer
Yeah.
funds, back tiers. And scrolling back up, they only need £275,850, of which they've already raised nearly £100. So,
100,000 you mean?
what did I just say?
100.
Oops.
They've
Of which they've raised nearly £100,000, bringing them a third of the way with only 23 days left. And it being Indiegogo, this means that if they don't reach the full amount, they can still use a good portion of what they have
No,
raised.
it's fixed funding.
Is it a fixed funding? They didn't go for the flexible.
No, they got fixed funding, so
Aw.
they need the lot. It's all or nothing, kids. So make sure you give it your all.
Whereas, oh, there's a slight crackling in my left ear.
I hear it in mine too.
It's like somebody's breathing into it.
Yeah. Someone's touching a microphone.
It's not me.
Oh, and what's causing that?
It sounds like my phone when there's a wind blowing.
Anyway, is that all of the Kickstarters?
Yes, along with the other news, the Intergalactic Nemesis Indiegogo campaign that I featured a little while back, they've released the first short on the Intergalactic Nemesis YouTube channel. Yay!
Right.
It's
Bear with
fun.
me.
I like that series. I'm just waiting for the DVDs to hit so that I can actually, not have to buy the comics and the audiobooks separately. My god, I think that's everything, and we're only 12 minutes overdue.
That's not too bad, considering we kind of tangented a few times. Yeah, is it just me, or have we kind of lost all the backing music?
Nope.
Oh no, there it goes.
It's just on a quiet moment.
It was just doing that
just to freak you the fuck out.
Yeah, it was trolling me. Fucking music. Brr, brr.
You know, like the monkeys, they never masturbate really, not until they see a teacher coming by with a bunch of school children.
Exactly. Then they go at it like fucking monkeys. Aha!
That analogy doesn't hold up.
No, not the slightest.
Although I guess monkeys is actually a very good comparison because monkeys are very much like monkeys.
And monkey see, monkey do.
Anyway, shall we leave it there?
I think we shall.
Yes.
So, on that note, it's a good night from the Introduct song.
A good night.
It's a good night from the Feelers.
Good night.
And it's a good night for myself, TK. Thank you very much for watching or listening or trying to listen as we killed it. On the...
Or drinking the memories away.
Yeah. It's one of those nights. It's been a good night. It's having fun. It's been warm. And now we are going to go and sleep because we didn't sleep at all
And-
very much.
This time, despite having about as much sleep as last time, I didn't fuck up on only half-complete sentences.
And I never got my cola.
Fuck! And I took your glass. Oh, I will do that in a minute.
So, it's time we bade goodnight, everybody. Night, night, everybody.
You should have said so, TK.
Night,
Night,
night.
night.